Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, Zambia. And good afternoon here in Calgary, Alberta, where it is about -5 degrees Celsius. So it's quite cold. Anyway, we have the infrastructure for the cold, and so I think we'll survive it. Otherwise, well, it's going to be a little more time before we get used again, right? Okay. I'm coming live to you on Facebook Live. That is Elias Munsha page, Munsha Law page, as well as YouTube. So Elias Munsha YouTube channel. I'm coming live there. If you would like to contribute anything, please do so. I'm going to let you send your comments on the platforms, but also you can actually click on that link that I've just shared with you, which is StreamYard, and then we can have a little bit of a discussion, okay? Again, if you want to join me, please make the comments as brief as possible, because we just want to maximize on our time. Today, I have several topics. Now, some of you do not actually know that I'm a preacher. I'm a Pentecostal preacher, I'm a reverend. I'm a prophet. This is going to be something. I'm a prophet. All right. Even here in my office here at our office here, we have Bibles all over, because lawyers, apparently, if there is any piece of literature that is in every lawyer's office, it's the Bible. So I have the Bible here. I'm going to read the Bible. I'm going to read it. And so we are going to, the reason why we must read it is because today in Zambia, it's a holiday, apparently, because yesterday was the day of reconciliation, prayer, and fasting. It was the day of fasting. So I want to read. Okay, so I'll get to that at the end of the day. Now, the first thing that we must deal with is Buten. Apparently, Buten is coming back next week, coming back to Parliament. So what I would like to do one of these days is to have a Buten discussion in Kaunda 7 languages. And so I've already received some feedback from several people that want to interpret and translate for me. So I'll be using either English or Ushi and Bemba, and then somebody will be here translating in Luvale, Kaonde, Lozi, Tonga, Nyanja, and Bemba, and which one else? All right, so 7 of Kaunda 7 languages. So we're going to come live in those languages. I'm going to explain what Buten is all about. So I'll do that between now and when it is brought back to Parliament next week. Again, they want to push it because they know that that is where their lifeline is. These people want to destroy our country. That's why they are insistent on passing Buten, okay? So we're going to do that as far as Buten. If you can translate, now it's going to be a live translation. So I'll be speaking, and then someone else will be translating live in one of the 7 languages. The reason why we are choosing the 7 languages is because those are the 7 broadcast languages. Okay, we could have done more, but we are going to stick to the 7 because, you know, those are Kaunda's languages. I wish we could do more, but we're going to do that and explain what is Buten, because honestly, the Patriotic Front government is a government of liars. The Minister of Justice is a liar. The Attorney General, the Attorney General. But anyway, so this is a government of liars. So because it's a government of liars, they have been lying about Buten. Had it not been for the gallantry of several citizens in our country that have said, no, we've read Buten, you guys are liars, they would have passed it. But we are very grateful that the opposition is standing strong and resolute in rejecting Buten, saying that no, Buten is not good for our country. It's very bad. Okay, so that's it on Buten. The other thing is on the imprisonment of Honorable Chishimba Kambwili. It's extremely sad. Now, imagine what has happened where this government decides to prosecute Honorable Kambwili, and then jail him, okay, prosecute him and then jail him. Now, once he's sentenced to prison, nearly everyone in Zambia is saying, no, what are you doing? You know, this is like a criminal case where nearly everyone is saying there is something fishy about this conviction. Abantu bakana. If you are the government, that this is a criminal. And then everyone is like, no, please stop it. You know, everyone is wondering where are they getting, in fact, the audacity to do this. Everyone has disagreed with the actions of the Patriotic Front government. And so we are hoping that Honorable Chimba Kambwili will appeal, will be given bail, and then he will be able to stand if he so wishes. He's a citizen. If he wishes to stand next year for next year's elections, he should be able to do that. There are some who are asking to say, will he be disqualified if he appealed? Okay. Will he be disqualified if he appealed? I don't think so. I don't think he would be disqualified because there is no court which is going to say that a person who is convicted but appeals cannot stand on the basis of the constitution that we have. No, I think he will be able to stand as long as he has appealed. Okay, he should be able to. If you say that Chimba Kambwili cannot stand even after he has appealed, it means then that several opposition party leaders cannot stand. It means then that Nevers Mumba cannot stand because Nevers Mumba does have a conviction, right, which is under appeal at the moment from the same magistrate Musamba, right? So Honorable Dr. Nevers Mumba is actually a convict, right? But he has appealed, and that appeal is still making its way through our court system. And what was the case that he was arrested for, convicted for, Dr. Mumba? Something like going to a police station and beating a police. Was that the case? Dr. Nevers Mumba went to a police station and caused some sort of confusion at a police station. And because of that, the Patriotic Front prosecutors and government, they decided to take him to court. And Magistrate Simsamba convicted Nevers Mumba, put him in jail, and then they took him out on appeal, right? So which means then that what you are saying is that Nevers Mumba cannot stand next year, just as Dr. Chimba Kambwili cannot stand. No, they are able to stand as long as they've appealed the conviction, and chances on appeal are quite high because Dr. Chimba Kambwili is being convicted by a very questionable magistrate, extremely questionable, a guy who is known to be corrupt, a corrupt gentleman. We all knew, everybody knows. It's not that it's just me. Abalangira okuba Simusamba is corrupt, nibambi. Inendelanda byefe baleranda okuba ati Simusamba is extremely corrupt. Some of the allegations yakweba ati atali batumina ka message abena Chimba Kambwili. Ati ngamwampera ko fya kanono nkamulekako. Okuba tumina ma lawyers ati mpereni ko fya kanono ngamwampera ko kanono nkamuleka. Those are some of the allegations that are before everyone. Lyashirikaya ilyakweba ati Simusamba is corrupt. Lyashirikaya. It's not something that somebody is making up. It's not new. It's not even defamation of character. Because to call a person who is corrupt at you are corrupt, it's not defamation. Defamation, umuntu ngataba corrupt. Elo iwe walando kobata aliwa corrupt. It's defamation. Nomba umuntu ngaliwa corrupt. Elo walando kobata umuntu aliwa corrupt. It's not defamation. Pantuwe character yakwe. Defamation applies. Ngawabepesho umuntu kobata te character yakwe. Mamana. That's where defamation comes in. Nango watuko umuntu ifyo taba. Defamation nensere filia tuakanya nomba ukwebo umuntu ataliwa corrupt. When that person is corrupt is completely permissible. Bantu nokuchita proof kutuwachita proof kuba tu umuntu aliwa corrupt nikirenka Simusamba nomba umuntu bonze mwishiwa kuba aliwa corrupt na Judicial Complaints Commission nabo bene bachita investigate case yakwa Nevers Mumba basanga kuba tu umuntu aliwa corrupt. eo mwatwala talaba ni judge ni magistrate wakwa chishimba Kambwili. How can it be fair? Na muli decision yako mwenyewe aleberenga. If aleberenga simusamba. Magistrate simusamba. Decision ndala ndiro ko bati if your complaint ya imine ya kukaka chimba Kambwili. Yako bati kwa lyumulumendo omwo shamulumbule iyo pantu na mumwishiba. That's a bit deliberate. Echo shire mulumbwira, it's just deliberate. Na sala okobati ni mulumbula. Olyo mulumendo ewa atwele complaint kuli bagateka. Mumva. Ate wa atwele complaint kuli ba President Lungu. Elo nomba ba President Lungu atipantu tabate mwa corruption. Na imumu asumina tiyo ba Lungu tabate mwa corruption. Ama fire tenders. Ama ambulances. Nibani, ishinkongole vaya kongola kaloba. Nibani, elo nomba mwise mutwevelelo okwebati ili olyo mulumendo aide irishanya kuli bagateka bali dabwa sana ko batishimba Kambwili kanshi yali chita forgery. Elo baranda taleni bane kamuchitende report kuli bagapokola bamwikate pako bati bamuchite convict. Ifa chad. So it is politically motivated. Ilo tuwarando kwa this is politically motivated. Tuwalosha mkwebati ma politics airleta drive e prosecution nedio muntu kutaba guilty no mbanga chakutira mwabula a prosecution elo mwabika mwa politics mukwebati if you mulechta ma politics te fairness yo mlekonka ma politics nicho muletina ati uyu muntu mwaume sana akatufumya mu government echo nomba mwaya mukufuwa ilisho mulando mwaya mukufuwairisha. Takwati mulandu uli obvious. No. Mulandu wakufuwairisha. Pantu ishwe milandu barera ndata chitirerero. Shari at 7 years, kachinga ni 9 years iyo. Kanshi bali saa ya konse, mutu bungwe tonsoto wakwatama records ya kwa chimba kwa Kambwili. Ukuye mukuimba. Na Kambwili. Vaimba. Elo basanga pwaka pepa la kamo katuishi. Tetindande iyo. Elo basanga pwaka pepa la kamo kuli registrar of companies. Abati apapena pepo tuwala muikatila. Ala mweva ume. 7 years. Ate apapena pepa li forgery. Elo wa mtu wala kuisa. Kumagistrate. Kumukaka bamukakire. Ngaya kutira chimba Kambwili. Lelo. Ngaleshani na balungu nokubatotela sana ngata bamwikete iyo ngachinshi bamwikatire icho bamwikatire nicho ali bafumamo ali monoko bati balungu bantu bashimba Kambwili bakopa belt so bali shibakerenka bali mubombera lungu kumubombera eyo basazanga ko bati kanshi uyu muntu nikerenka mwe ibebere hao bamufumamo Bakambwili balisa mufumamo lungu bamone misango shakwe kaunda uko batu yu kaunda oyu tareteka bwino iyo nafumako ichikalirwa pansa kamusumba wa bwali bali monoko bati tapali Filipo apa tapali ubwali abaledi yafyo ubwali liba lungu beka natasira ebaledia naba nabo ebaledia beka Every corrupt. Enkongole, every Kongola tuibe. Elo wafumba mo patriotic front. Apanga pate yakwe. Nomba chaba kalipa. Bebirenga kutu wafumba mo shani. This is the conviction. It hurt them. It is not because of criminality. Don't let anyone lie to you. It has nothing to do with criminality. Because if President Lungu was really concerned about criminality, he would be dealing with criminal elements in the Patriotic Front today. But they can't deal with the criminal elements in the Patriotic Front today. They then go back 7 years. Okuyafuaya yotu pepala. Okuyafuaya baya imba. Ero bakasanga abati akakena kala mwingisha. That's why everyone is objecting. Lebere yoto waikata criminal. Abantu bakana abati criminal kui. Ate criminal yo kwena mweba ome criminal yo. Conviction ya bufi, conviction ya kwa simusamba. Eyo na ifo tusumi noko bati yo chachine chishimba Kambwili is a criminal. No criminal tete minine. Yo. Ngabali serious ati balefo okuchitashane okufumia hapo babike vafunyepo vekatava ama criminals kuti navalanga ine valungu kuti navalanga ama criminals mu government yavo tapashupire iyo noyo wino wachite report chimba Kambwili kuti navalanga valungu ati uyu muntu uyu is guilty of bigamy today bantu bigamy nga walikwata marriage certificate elo high court tayako chita divorce elo waya kwata wedding mungu fish waya kwata wedding na ba witness ni ba ambassador very straightforward iyo yene tapakokola no kukokola at lots of witnesses no ni straightforward birth certificate no judgment decree nisi decree absolute no decree nisi no decree absolute from the high court elo nomba waya kwata wedding na ba ambassador eba witness eba kuita ku magistrate court ati mwe ba ambassador epo mwali ati epo nali mwali mweneko ko uyu mulubendo alela pa ati aupa ombi ateko nali na wedding ateko nali na lineup ateko nali nef paper la fyaku embassy na fifine yali sign up wa mipera te ali sign up pera na visa mwa mupera te na visa twa mupera the straight conviction hiyo nomba they can't do it umulandu wako eba ati valungu no buteko bwabo they are not serious at attacking corruption. That is the only concern we have. Abena fyabo bekata no kuchisa convict ma opposition leaders ama opposition leaders bachine so nga yakutira barevo bafuirisho balungu atiyo mkwai tubafuirishe tubafuirisho okubeba bakabwalala bali mu buteko bwabo tari kuti tuwabeba no kweba tulabeba kira bushiko nomba bala fipulula bantu beba nabo banwa nabo bajya nabo banwa nabo no kwiba kwine beba nabo echo tababa tamfisha because ama billions ayo we muntu kateka we uli serious atulofo kuteke echalo tali kuipusha bane how did we spend $27 billion jiti kui ati shiri mu misebo shise misebo ale njebeni ni shise misebo bakulire with $27 billion imisebo shakobat nashi tulaika vale kula fyo musebo 2 days after wakulo musebo ama bohos what has happened nabadia nabeba Kenneth Kaunda International Airport what has happened first of all bakongola atwala kola Kenneth Kaunda International Airport ichikulu na ma designs yafuma very big designs and then what happens half of the money disappears ero nomba baza senda ile half bambo kukula kuno mbaka nono nomba na ile inde half ya kanono na shoshi ine shabulida baiba those are the kind of thieves ayo tu video tu alalo leke shapo nomba no they are only bent on convicting opposition leaders like who like Chimba Kambwili ala mwandi bakambwili tule mupepela koko batresa mukoshe ayi muise mutuwafuirishe ko kufumyapo bakerenkaba anso nangubaye ninjishiba ngamuli mu kifungo limo kuti batuma inkombe ayi ukubati yo mkwai yo chala bafye twala mireka ko ngamwa chita dissolve opposition ala mukose the spirit of Zambians iri muri imwe a spirit of encouragement no mpashi wako alesa uli muri bakambwili muri mupashi wako alesa muri bakambwili muri lesa in efyo kanshi na slogan ya NDC lesa fyeka bantu lesa mwaba uku ichitemwiko love and freedom ni muri lesa so kanshi we are praying ukwa Chimba Kambwili bakose efire chitika so all this conviction tuakana abena Zambia bakana mwaikato umuntu mwamuchita convict elo abena Zambia bakana tiyo there is something wrong here amo baba kuikata abantu kuti tuamilanga abo mfure mwaikata anyway that's it on Chimba Kambwili Chimba Kambwili okay the next one is engineers okay engineers Zambian engineers, very important. The reason why this matter is very important is because, wamona, nga wafiru woku teke chalo. Ayin. Wafiru woku bonfie, amano ayolesa ako pero woku teke chalo, kwa mboku la bepeshe abantu bambia teba rengere. Wamona, impia nga yakutira, mulefo kukule chalo, elo mwaiba. So nomba kufuwa ya kwa waku bepeshe teba lenga. So evidechitika. With this blame game of Zambian engineers. Mwema Zambian engineers na milandi lako. Okay? Because then I don't like oppression. I don't care where it is. As long as you're oppressing people, I'm going to speak for them. I'm going to speak for Zambian engineers. Okay, but they are completely and totally innocent. Kulia yama accusations they are doing substandard jobs. The people who are doing substandard jobs are those people that are borrowing infrastructure money, elobaiba, ukubepesha ma engineers. Zambian engineers have built OR Tambo International Airport. Yeah, airport ya South Africa. When they were renovating it, Zambian engineers were part of that project. Zambian engineers have built roads in Botswana. Have you been to Botswana? In Botswana, this is very serious. From the border of South Africa up to the border of Zambia, tar road, straight. Partly done by Zambian engineers. Okay? Kwasabat Kazungula Bridge. Nomba ngamachita cross Kazungula Bridge. Potholes. Tapa So you ask yourself the question, Zambian engineers have built the very road in Botswana, Kazungula Bridge. But after Kazungula Bridge, it's potholes. And you are telling me that it is Zambian engineers that are to blame for that kind of nonsense. No. No. Who is to blame? It is the people that are profiting off Zambia's infrastructure. People that are stealing. Bantu ngatamushitire simenti ingi. Nangu niwe engineer. Kutu wapanga shani omusebo. Apa shiri simenti. Simenti irekwi. Na beba. Atabe bire ni bani. Tuonso tutuma company tuwaku vivu tuma engineering company papanga. Ba politician. Eba repango tuma engineering companies tuwaku fi. Elo nombaba bepe shama Zambian engineers ukoba they are the ones responsible. Now, is Zambia's infrastructure that has been built questionable? Yes, it is. Teine ndelanda wakateka abene balungu teine mulembepe shafye. Aine mwiranda tiyoni nebo neushiriranda anything positive about Zambian infrastructure. Yo, I love my country. It's from President Lungu's own mouth. Abene beka teine na ide beba teine na ide bebika amashiwi mukanwa ati yo lungu we lungu landefi no bene bailandire ukwebati. There is poor infrastructure in Zambia. The only point where we are differing with the president is that the president is pointing fingers at engineers. Ine ndelanda tiyomkwai muleba bepesha fyama engineers ni mwe. That's the only difference. Infrastructure idia mule monatio ni infrastructure. It's all substandard works. Umwana shenda atasha ni noku naya. Elo te kwendo kutari atiyo mkwende fu ati muke ndo kutari. Iyo. Echo nde mipusha fye kwenda fye. Muka bomfiri ya ine Kazungula Bridge ya bakudide. Ya kwa rupia banda na levi mwana wasa. Ewe neba idia bridge. Muka ye mona idia bridge. Muka ye mona idia bridge. Kazungula Bridge. Mwafuma kukazungula. Zambian side. Elo nomba mwaya on the other side of Kasane. Ni Kasane idia in Botswana. Muka mone the difference in road. Quality of the road. Umusebo fye fyodi. If you're wicked, if you're umusebo. And then you ask yourself the question, what has happened? Same engineers, ma Zambians, bena Zambia, eba kodide. What has happened? Nicho, okukumbi kusaid. Tuwalikwata ubuteko bukabwalala. Mwebo. Ubuteko na ruling party nibaka bwalala. They are corrupt. Emo balira mukuiba. That's the only difference. So all this poor infrastructure, kale tuwata mpokulanda poko bati infrastructure, it's poor. Kanshi vale chitafe ngamisebo, vale chitafe vabulo muchanga, babika po muchanga, babika po neloba, babula na manenekela babika po, abati musebo. 2 days, if ipunda fiyadirika mu musebo. Elo nga mwabe pishatiyo mkwai, it's part of engineering. Mulebe pesha na ma engineers that it's part of engineering. Iyo, nimwe mwafiru wokuteka. Kanshi, idio, uwa, tabulaga bepesho. Nombo bwafe wako bati balungu no buteko bwako. Bale sonta fie. If you afiri kuoku bomba ni HH. If you afiri kuoku bomba ni chishimba Kambwili. If you afiri kuoku bomba nomba chabatwala kuisa kuma engineers. Eko echiwa chabatwala kuma engineers. At my engineers valenga. Iyo, na milandirako. EIZ na milandirako. Teimwe. Obubu afya te bueno. We've never elected engineers. Which engineers have we elected at Teka? Eh? Nama ministers. Have we ever elected engineers? Iyo. All this substandard work. In fact, Mufialo Fimbi, Ganiwe Minister of Infrastructure, Elo Nombaka take asara that engineers are doing substandard work. You resign. Webere na afiruwa, ewo ntumwebo, wafiru, at na afiruwa, wafiru kuteka. So, imobonse mwema engineers, keep up the good work. Yo, tuadishwa tukwa iwa kwa wafia akanono. Nomba kabu wafia akanono with engineers. Kabu afya kanono. Because how can they Jonza tulosekatio Zambian engineers have failed towards. There is no funding. The School of Engineering is very badly funded. The University of Zambia, very badly funded. Number, Mwafiro kuchita fund the University of Zambia and its School of Engineering. Elo nomba, Mwaya mukukula several other universities around the country. Mwaya Congo lolo pia. Elo mwakula several other substandard buildings around the country. Elo nomba mwaya mukuseka. The very engineers that yo mkwae in mwema engineers mweba shirechita inchito. Does that make sense? Okay, mweba nandi. Ndefu wa munje beko. Okay, therefore munje beko. They've not funded the School of Engineering at the University of Zambia. They borrow money. And then they build substandard universities across the country. They're still borrowing. And then they go back to the very school that they have not funded. Ati you are the ones responsible for this predicament. Ala, mweba ume. Ni mwe muleiva. It is your problem. If you want to say that you believe Zambian engineers so much, this is what you need to do. Fund the School of Engineering. Abenenga wale pango tuma prototypes shani ishatu ishiba. Ngufu wafye. Adupako chita engineering, mufure na mkwata computers, na mkwata ama models, na mkwata prototypes. Kwa students can go, students can be attached. Mwawafunyako Mzambia, mwawatwala kwa Botswana, ma students vaya bachita kwa attach and elu munga tuweba tiyo mkwa you mean business. Noti chija mwaibo lupia luapwa. Mwakula ma substandard buildings. Elu nomba mwawera tiyo mkwa it's the engineers. No, it's not the engineers. Zambia's problem, buteko, abareteka, wafia. No wafia bulipo wako bati, chitwele chitashani, varei va, wafia bulipo. So roads, hospitals that are being built, all this infrastructure, substandard, completely substandard. Completely substandard. Now, here's the issue now of violence. Number in na send the Bible na la isure chipingo pantu nine kasesema. That's my job. Before I'm a lawyer, I'm a prophet. Kasesema. So na la sesema. Ain. Therefore I'm mumfo bueno kusese. Ndesesema. So Zambia right now, we are faced with violence, the threat of violence. Tatule umfuika umutende. Mule umfuika fie violence. Number, who is responsible for this violence? Who are we going to blame? Everything rises and falls on leadership. It matters. Leadership matters. Very important. Leadership tekufuala fisute. Iyaret. Ain, yachita na match nensokosh. Then sapato yachita match ate leadership. No. Leadership is to anticipate problems and resolve them. Leadership is to provide peace and alternatives of peace to your population. Ukuteke mbwa mano. This confusion we are receiving here, threats of violence, can be very easily dealt with by decisive leadership and fairness. You have the backing of the head of state to restore order, to restore peace, to let people enjoy their freedoms. Bahaga inde hichilema, badisa ya kugasama, kujabalu shide. Nomba pakuvuela, babuelu lukeko kukasama oko balu shide. Nomba chilebale buela, balando kwa bachitashane, bapasu kireko pesa pampika. Panto muntu afuiro kupasuka kwena. Tetule ensha motoka from Chinsari kachinga nikukasama kulia. Taupasu ikepo. So badisa landas, bapasu kireko kuisa pampika. They were stopped. Kadas stopped a citizen of our country from kupasukira kopampika. Stopped him. Ukubika moifima barriers mumusevo, tires and rocks in the road to prevent a citizen of our country to move. That is not right. I don't care whether you don't like a person or you hate him. You can hate a person or you like. But a road is public. He's a citizen of our country. Amayendele. That is what happened in Mpika. Now, how should the police react to that? How should the president react to that? How should the Minister of Home Affairs react to that? They are now saying that it is HH or it is his people who abducted police officers. Na ifwe tusumine kwa bati yomgwa ichachine eva ikete wakapokola wa HH pantu HH umwine fwa Monica fwa mtende ta Monica kona kalima kuti asendo omuntu kapokola amuchita abduct amuposa mumoto katiwe kapokola na kuikata tefe HH Monica kwati pakufulwa HH kanoni uwe kwena katuishi vivi achitika efe tumumona mwe numba how fair is that? It's not fair. Okay? Which brings me to this important thing. I'll go and pull out the Bible. It's very important. I hope you can see me as I retreat to retrieve the Bible from my little library. In the office, kwa iwakoka library ichi. Nineka sesema. Therefore, I'm one. I'll open from Isaiah. And the whole reason why I'm doing this is because therefore sesema pantu wokerenka wachilamu. This is Isaiah 58. Isaiah 58. Nganamwata ma Bible kutumwa isula. Isaiah 58. Ndeberenga. Teine nderanda. Ndeberenge efyo Bible ileranda. "58. Shout it aloud, do not hold back, raise your voice like a trumpet, declare to my people their rebellion and to the house of Jacob their sins." Okay? Verse 3, "Why have you fasted, they say, and you have not seen it? Why have you humbled yourselves and you have not noticed? Yet on the day of your fasting, you do as you please." On your day of fasting, you do as you please and exploit all your workers. Your fasting ends in quarreling and strife, and in striking each other with wicked fists. Bible irandati ngamlef chitafast mulei ponona. Everybody it ends in strife and fists. okuiponona efe teine nderanda yo chip ndeberenge chipingo bane efe chipingo chireranda atimu after fasting instead yako ichefia mule iponona. You cannot fast as you do today and expect your voice to be heard on high. Is this the kind of fast I have chosen? Only a day for a man to humble himself? On the day of fasting? No. It is only for bowing one's head like a reed and for lying on sackcloth and ashes? Is that what you call a fast, a day acceptable to the Lord? Is not this kind of fasting that I have chosen? To loose the chains of injustice. Very important. To loose the chains of injustice. To loose the chains of injustice. What it means abantu ngana bakakwa, they are chained due to injustice. When you are fasting, and this passage is not just directed at a small person, Kawayawaya in Chuempala or in Milenge or in Mongu, Kwahae, or anywhere like that. It is aimed at leaders. This is the passage. It is aimed at leaders. It is aimed at political leaders. The fasting that I want, the fasting that I want, to loosen chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke. Is it not to share food with the hungry, to provide for the poor, to see a person who is naked and clothe them, and all that? All right? 58. Icho kanshine ngana asesema ndera ndoko bati ububuteko tamulilesa iyo echo ndera ndiko bati tamulilesa temulo mufiati yo mkwa indalanda kwena ndalanda pantubwa ushibula nchusha ain kalimo kaba. But it's what every Bible ireranda kanshi ububuteko tamulilesa iyo nangu balando ko bati yo mkwa iba ichefi yo kulape pakulilesa tamulilesa mu mitima shabo muiswire satana eulimo teresa iyo eicho kanshi pamonga kasesema ine nga kasesema nishifuiri okulanda evyo ababuteko balefwa yandande iyo mkwai nangu baisati balampono na bachiteshani bepaye iyo mkwai bakepaya umuntu nishareranda nishindesesema ero kukusesema kulandira kwa balanda ukulandira kwa engineers abo bale bepesha ayi okulandira ko Kambwili uwo bekete ko batali forja ibyo bena mu buteko bwabo muiswire bakakwalala understand. Ebuka sesema zonomba twachitashani tuwasesema ababa kerenka tabagwederesa iyo lesa bamubomfiyafie for their own ends. Kanshi ni fasting iyo mkwailesa efu aderanda mu Isaiah 58. Isaiah chapter 58 ukweba ati yo mkwai fasting shirevwa vyo kumonati mwaichevya mwafuala na magamba efu aderanda sackcloth mwafuala na magamba noku ichevya sana kona kalimo mwalitekania iyo ngamulefu okuirango okutekania mwatekania ngale ife mfuilo kuchisa fairness okuleka freedom abantu bafuire baba free aga inde hichilema afuire ngaya kukasama mwine aya tafuire nokukwata na agenda ngaya kukasama afumako aya kumpika aya kuisa freedom empashi wa freedom ififi ya kulando ko bati yo mkwailesa ewasala balungu fyabufi monvo ifwe mu Zambia lesa asalira mu bantu every 5 years emo chalola kanshi wetete abantu bakusala elo nomba chiri abantu bakusala wasa safu kati yo mkwaine nilesa ansala imo mwe bantu muri bachabe constitution ya chabe iyo lesa abomfi abena Zambia kuiminina elo abena Zambia basala lesa abebo kubati yo twalasa loyu elo after 5 years nakaidi baya mukusala elo basala ififi yakulanda tiyo mkwai lungu niresa wa musalire kanshi tetyafumepo iyo mkwai abena Zambia nga balefuwaya mu 2021 bakabika pombi bakasalira pombi uko batumbi achiteshani omfwe kwa manone ateke limbi ngateka uyumbi fika wama kwefintu nomba aba bakerenka bakanshi ifyo twala chitanishi kusasema bantu nineshima pepo nileka sasema so kanshi na sasema ati mumitima yenu imwe tamuliresa iyo ero notu kulanda tiyo mgwa iwe shima pepo iwe kutulera ndeshi kutulebo munobi ati muri satana ala nge ulimo mwebo tadi ni satana alimo shetani niresa omupashi wako alesa eo ngatuma bakapokolo okuya ikato omuntu ushipangiro mulando ichire matalisa atandalire ko munangwe uli muchimbokaira atandalire ko munangwe ni chimbokaira nangu nipaka mwala pali atatandalire ko munangwe obekete bamukanina abati yo face kapoke license kuli ba minister kano ba minister kampyongo bakusuminisha ukuba tuwiso omo no munove mwebo fyako alese fyo mweba lela ndati you are a Christian nation mwalite mwalesa ati muli buteko bwako alesa tamuli buteko bwako alesa muli buteko bwako satana muleke nokubepesha lesa tamuli lesa iyo hypocrites elo tekulanda tiyo mkwai ama hypocrites bakumirenge chimwe chinefe na ama hypocrites baku state house chimwe chine ngoli mu state house lo waba hypocrite impact is bigger bantu nomba abantu tetbachite enjoy ama freedoms ayo lesa abapela because nomba instead of you being a facilitator of people's freedoms nomba wabanichi stronghold icha kunyantirira umupashi wabena Zambia nevo tusuminati yo mgwa ichirifye mwino tachiri bwino iyo taule bomba na lesa telesa wewe waleta molesa niwe auti yo mgwa ndi mwina Kristo ngoli mwina Kristo leko kunyantirira abantu nangu fyo muntu ali mu opposition mwina Zambia very important opposition as Zambians. Elo, if you use a biblical standard, even opposition leaders are leaders. Using Pentecostal language, Pantunine Pente. If President Lungu is anointed, then HH is also anointed as an opposition leader. Members of parliament, they are anointed equally. So the ruling party do not have much more anointing than opposition leaders. No. They are all members of parliament. They are anointed equally. Bena Christu wonse. So ida theology yakoba tilesa yeka la muliba PF. It's not Christian theology. It's heresy. God is in PF as well as in UPND. God is everywhere. So nomba imwe bonse mweba funda heresy yakoba jomgwa ileza ba PF. It's heresy, it's not Christian, fyakwa satana, te fyakwa lesa iyo. So what should you do? You facilitate freedom. That is what it means. Muzambia 30 years ago anda kaunda takwa ali freedom no kulembesha ututuma cheichi bapente mulembesha kaunda ali kenye a bandit takwa ali Muzambia abantu bayikere kona kalimo oppressed mwali chimupashi cha oppression nga wayamukutandala kumushi you needed to inform the ward chairman atinde tandala nangwati panga ndati pareisa abene you inform the ward chairman takwali freedom efye balefu okupwesha balungu ero nomba munje bati yo mkwai mupashi wako aleza kwi mupashi wako aleza wizi umupashi wako aleza ni freedom abantu bali free abalefu kuya ku market bagwera baja, freedom noti umuntu aya kukasama kuli yalushire ati abweluluke kulusaka apasukireko kumpika baikata ati yo mkwaite tupite mumpika. Is that the spirit of God? Munje beko mweba nandi. Is that the spirit of God? Is that even contestable? Na imwewa shima pepoba nandi musumine okweba no, it's true, it's okay for the government to be infringing people's liberties like that. Pantulero batampa with political parties. Tomorrow it will be churches. If you don't feel it, he had several messages. DCs to go into churches and to distribute a message from the president. And every child in a DC, Barisaya, disturbed a service going on. Not to quote a message from the president. And after buying at distributing the message from the president, it's just a desire to control churches. Nasasema tamuliresa mulisatana. Mulisatana tamuliresa. Ejo kanshi the other day. Narisa, this is what I said. Therefore I'm one. This is what I said. And I wrote it. The reason why I wrote it, Muchilozi. Akuna mulimu mwapi luya hao. Akuna mulimu mwapi luya hao. Akuna mulimu mwapilu ya hae. Akuna mulimu mwapilu ya hae. Akuna. Akuna mulimu mwapilu ya hae. Tamuliresa. Mumiti mashabu wa babantu. Akuna mulimu mwapilu ya hae. Ya hao. Akuna. Vato baya simutare.
Mkwai.
Muli pamula basa aleni rete niriya shamutishana
Auto atotele imilandu mulelanda po ikankala sana kwenango momwine mwalandila chile moneka kwati ubunkalwe bwabuteko nabutampo kuyapa mulu. Icho kanshi it's not a good thing. We can see that buteko nabukwati obunkalwe elongo momwine mulelandi la control is too much, especially for the opposition parties. The state want to kind of kunyantilila baliama opposition parties so that they can do ifintwifi bifyonse fo balefo kuchita. And this is not a democracy. I hope that those people our government party, they understand what democracy is. Democracy is about the people. Ubukwayo wabantu. Nomba chile moneka kwatu ubufwayo wabantu tapali. Ubufwayo bule chitika pali inonshita. Ubufwayo wabantu abanono ababa mubuteko. And that is not a good thing. Ukulai kata abantu ilio kwa shale mieshi nono gutila kubio kusala kwa ntungulu shacha lolo mwabula mwala ikata bambi. It's not a good thing. So I think ubunkalwe na buchilamo na leta nangubaya mumacheche zukutandalila macheche ngataba kwete bule samu mitima yabo. They are as good as nothing. So you are very right, Mashu Mulelanda Kankala san.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tobias Mtale. Much appreciated. Yes, Zambia is a democracy, and we owe a duty to one another to keep our democratic credentials intact. Very important. Democratic credentials. That's what we are as a country. So this idea that no, we should abandon our democracy. No. Iwe. Ngataula FYA Zambia to continue being a democracy. Fumapo. Ngawafiru okuteka ku fumapo ati yomkwai. I don't want this democracy. Kanisha fumapo. Teti ochi yabantu bakusala democratically. You are elected democratically. Eno nomba chida wasa Africa po. Eno nomba that no. I'm going to ban democracy. Ala we mwaume. Ngale fumapo kanshi. Some people have corrected me on Evers Mumbati. He invaded ZNBC. Yeah, that was the case, not police. He invaded ZNBC. And because of that, then they convicted him, Kulibas Msamba. Yeah. Elias Ewabako, tell this brutal regime. No. It's not because of me. In a courage kainge, ngoli outside kukota koka courage kamo kaingita ulipo. But the real heroes, make no mistake, the real heroes, it's every Zambian, from Chiwempala, from Milenge, from Lusaka, from Kabwata, from Kamwala, every Zambian who is standing up. And even Patriotic Front members. This is not right. You are the real heroes. Absolutely. You know? Not if Facebook. We are not. I can assure you. Mwema real heroes, VIPs. It's you. MVPs. At VIPs, MVPs, it is you. And for that, we are extremely grateful that you are keeping Zambia a democracy. Sacrificing a lot. Because what is the worst thing that they can do, But you are putting your lives on the line. Kambwili, at forgery, yacht paper chaku companies. Forgery, yacht paper, signature, forgery, yacht paper chaku companies. 7 years ago. Is it 11 years ago? That's what they are facing. That's what is being jailed for today. He is the real hero. And you, Zambians, all over, you are the real heroes. But you are the real heroes. And I salute you every day. I pray for you every day. Let us continue encouraging the Zambian spirit. Zambians are dormant, Zambians are on Facebook. No, Zambians act. Nigeria, Zambians, they are dormant. Are they dormant? Zambians who protested, Ababa Lumendo, Aba Electa protest, Abena Pilato, Aba Electa protest, they are just dormant. Benatabale bomba. No. Encourage people. I encourage all of you as Zambians, the young people. You are doing a lot. Continue. Mukonka niepo. Okuchitefe mlechita. Takuli nangufyale fukuba dictator oyo. He will not succeed. He will not succeed because of the Zambian spirit. Na tribalism efete tiwombele. Bantu vufwebe na Zambia. We can't tell each other's tribes apart. Nangvenine wawile nganshimiyebere atendi wako mirenge vambi mwali mpera kale emitundu ishisuma nesho shine shande ngani bako etu yati iwe niwe kaonde njebere nine kaonde iwe niwe uli mutonga njebere ndi mutonga vambi ati iwe uli mulozi njebere hakuna mulimu mwapiro lwa hao. So we can't tell each other apart. So ukubomfye tribalism kunyantirira abantu, you can't succeed. Na intertribal marriages yaba mzambia. So kutuwa ewa omuntu ati yo mkwa yo mubemba areshuto oyo mutonga. Elo oli mubemba kanshibani na batonga. Kote ashuta shani. Banina. Tete. So kanshi abawa resha fye, they'll fail. They are not going to succeed. but let us continue working together. Let us continue doing what we are doing. Now, if we're in a special small way, in all these broadcasts, I don't say that they are the main thing. They are not. Aganika Dion Kofi. Nimbasela. The main work is being done by Zambians in Zambia. I acknowledge that. I encourage you, keep on doing that. Na ifo fwebale vika pofe tu dionko, tuwakula vika po dionko. Nangu imbasela. Tuwakula vika po. Tatuwake kalefe panja tiyo mkwa ichala bave fine. No, we are going to use our knowledge, we are going to use our education, we are going to use our fiance. Tuwalafi bo mfyo kwebati, Zambia remains a democracy. Echo turiri rako fye. Kweba Zambia remains a democracy. That's it. Tegoba tuwalipato omuntu yo, te lupato tuwapato omuntu. No. Tuwapate misango. Ishakobat nomba, shambo kuchita drive Zambia from democracy to a dictatorship. No. Alabane. So I'm skipping some of the comments. Chanda Oswald issue iwe okusabaira kiba umunongo. I don't know what they are talking about. Aaron Simbolo from YouTube. We have refused Mr. Kambwili's conviction because it's political. It's true. It's political. Chatukuma mwati niba kabwalala. It's so downest in practice. Okay. Yeah. Is there any comment that we have? Basil, mulipo?
Mkwayepo ndi mulishani.
Bueno, alete niliash.
Yo inende therefore kulanda fiat ililia shiria eligibility 2021 pale wa mudala beswa. Na kuba kwati natutalala bonse ino. Nishtuletila natusuminisha fila fine. Tulelanda fe no. Tabaka pite no is standing. So chirishan.
Oh, you are acting. Kaidi. So continue acting. No kulanda kuinena kwena it's effort. Balanda tiyo mwiralanda yo mkwa ina kanwa kene. Kala chita. So konkanye nipo.
Okay.
Because barefo kumichita discourage at yo whatever you are doing is not working. No. Continue talking because mukulanda emu abama sentiments. Kulanda. Continue doing what you are doing. Kopa beot na lusaka ngafia chinjafye nishi. There is a better chance of changing democracy. Of course, our cry really is that these are thieves. But more than that, we want to ensure that could be fair elections. If they go to the elections and Zambians vote for them, but what we want is freedom. Others also benefit from their own country. Thank you, Babazen. Timmy H. Yes, sir.
Yo, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, sir. How are you?
Chiripo. Yeah, I just want to add on what you've already articulated. Very powerful, beautifully put. I always respect your input on how you come about on this stuff. I always respect it. Yeah. But I just want to add on what you've already built, Council, please. Yeah. We're talking about prayer and fasting. Scripture states that forgive whatever grievances are there. Bear with each other. When we're talking of fasting, I was expecting them to be disarming the cadres, those semi-automatic weapons that they have, lethal pangas that they have. Those are the things I was expecting to see in churches. I was expecting the president to come out and say, from this point onwards, should any of our political sympathizers, more especially from the ruling party, perpetrating any form of violence, you will be set as an example. You'll be set as an example and be incarcerated. Those are the things I was expecting. I was expecting any political prisoner to be released, but it's not happening. And you call that fasting. It's more like you're mocking God. You matter of fact, you can't mock God. You're cheating yourself. Yeah. Had it been the Old Testament, this time around, some people would have been buried. The ground would open and swallow them up. That's the hypocrisy of the highest order. That homeless Philistines, They
Yeah.
are Philistines. If they're saying me, listen, you people, you're Philistines. You're cheating yourself. God ain't interested in you. God is not hearing your prayers. You ought to be
Right.
serious what you're doing. Governing requires one to be serious and be authentic. You ain't cheating anybody. You're cheating yourself. Council, thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you when I come to Canada next year.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, we will definitely see you. Yeah. Thank you, Timmy H. Always on point. Muchibeba, vana tikushentekaleza. Ukushentekaleza. That's exactly what they are doing. Vareshentekaleza. Bantu varetweba, varetushinga bata ati yo, bena Kristu. Yo, tamuliresa mulia mumitima yao. Hakuna mulimu. Mwapiro ya hao. Hakuna mulimu. Tamuliresa mumitima shao. Hakuna mulimu. There is no God in their hearts. Vareshentekaleza. They're everywhere having ama meetings. Kuisoko. Opposition can't. Not Monaco meeting Kumonze. That's the only meeting your opposition. But the opposition does not just want to have meetings in Monze. But if Vaya Kumpika, they have a meeting. When Mulusaka, they have a meeting. A freedom. Ejo today did it. Yeah. Wiseman, we are almost going, but let's listen to Wiseman. Okay? Wiseman, you have about 30 seconds. Okay? Please say something. Wiseman.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate for that 30 seconds. The only thing which I wanted to encourage you as well, as you are saying we are heroes, it is you who is a hero, because you have been encouraging us. The more you talk, the more we are having the courage to talk on our beloved Zambia. We'll keep pushing and we'll keep putting more volume, no matter the tormentation, but we are here to fight for our Zambia until Zambia being liberated. These thieves, one day they'll go, and our Zambia will remain to us Zambians. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Wiseman. That's very humbling. Wiseman, keep up the good work. Yeah. This is our country, and we are going to fight for it. There is no one who is going to say that yo chalo fe chakwega. Yo mkwai. Chalo chabonse. De chakwa no koeka yo. Chabonse. Na mayo wine chalo chakwe. Na noko chalo chakwa noko. Soko nomba ganje. How are we going to do it? Kubombera chapamo. Epela. Accepting one another and loving one another. Ubuananina. A winner Christo wine. Ubuananina. That's what it is. Yeah. How do you address the issue of having guns by cadres in government? It's terrible. That's the sign of the failure of government. That's the sign of failure. Number mairo baka blame my engineers. At my engineers walenga kui iyo niwe walenga niwe wafirwa ukuteka. Wafirwa ukuteka nomba kwamba ukubepesha onse fye umuntu kubepesha. And some are warning that several people will be arrested. But no, we are not going to allow and sit back at Yom Mwango, yes, you should come and vote. Your vote would really count. Aye, Bob Mwansa Mwango, the vote, aye. And if you have not yet registered as a voter, please do. Okay, very important. We need to do that. Yeah. Thank you very much for staying with me today. God bless you and have a great, great evening. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to us. On Facebook, don't forget to like our page and send me stars. You know, so there are likes and then there are stars. Apparently, when you send a star to me, Facebook gives me some ways. Imagine. Who knew? But I think Facebook has a plan. They want to make money off me, right? So send me stars and subscribe to YouTube as well. Very, very important. And then we'll keep talking. Otherwise, all the best and God bless you. Muchibemba ati sungo mukoshi obulungu tabwayafya. You know what that means? Sungo mukoshi obulungu tabwayafya. Meaning, Life is precious. Zambia is precious. All these other things like jewelry, obulungu, tabwafya. But once you get, problems with your neck, you are gone. So, sungenshi, sungomkoshi, obulungu, tabwafya. It's very similar to what scripture says. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. So iwete kuya nomba mkukosera posana pa bulungu. Yo ndefu avyo bulungu. No. Umukoshi is much more important. There's something. There are some things that are much, much more important. Once you have them, it will be very easy for you to accumulate all these worldly possessions. That's why our country must definitely come first. For us to work together, to protect it, to protect our democracy, sacred democracy. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.